It was an amazing drive down the Grand Canyon when we got stopped by the reservation rangers to pay our fees. When we started the truck back up, they checked the alternator light was on. Couldn't quite figure out what was going on. Okay, let's see if this... About to start. Battery light is on. Looks like we're broken down, headed to the Grand Canyon. This is not good. I checked my voltmeter app and I can see we're only at 12.5 volts and we're not charging at all. Here you can see the standard voltage, start voltage, glow plug voltage, and then running voltage. There's no change. Luckily I had a schematic, so I'm good at electrical stuff. Let's see what we can find. Let's see, that alternator down there, can't really get to. Pull the connector. 12.3. What gets me is I have dual alternators, and there's no way two alternators fail at the same time. Okay. I'm going to disconnect the batteries. Let the truck drain down. Okay, so I get voltage here at the excite. When I disconnect the pigtail, the light goes off. I get voltage here. If I disconnect this primary and I go right to the alternator, I get no voltage. I get excite voltage here. I got both of my fuses are good, or 3 of them for both alternators. So I get voltage here, but I get no voltage out of the primary alternator. So we're gonna swap that thing out. I can't even get to the secondary one without pulling off a bunch of crap. It's just, it is way down there. So we're not gonna worry about that one right now. We might see if we can pick one up or just run a single alternator for now, but that's it. Normally I'm not a fan of smashing down dirt washboard roads, but since we only have so much battery to go, we gotta get there. Think we're gonna make it?
Absolutely. I have no doubts.
Nice.
With you, right?
Nah, we're gonna keep it.
Oh, okay.
Do you guys have a rebuild kit for these?
No.
Okay.
They all get sent out.
Yeah.
So they're going to charge you extra $10 for the
That's
old
fine.
one.
I know before that you could buy like brush kits and
Yeah, not
regular.
anymore. It's just not cost effective. At least not for us. You send that phone number.
Okay.
And any issues, any O'Reilly in the country, 6,000 stores. Just use that phone number and they'll replace it or do whatever they need.
What warranty's on it?
Lifetime.
Lifetime. Okay, sounds good. Thank you.
The replacement begins. Got that. Got a view of East Northern Avenue as all the bits and pieces come out.
Here's the trick for holding the tension off of the auto tensioner. There's a little kicker bar right here that if you unload this and then flip this bar up into that position, it'll keep the tension off of the belt, so you can move the belt on and off without having to do it a bunch of times. Really helpful. Kick in. Go. And that holds the tension. Let's get this battery. So here's the schematic I'm working with. This is for a single generator only, not the dual generator, but everything else is pretty the same. As you can see from this top terminal, I had 12 volts there, which means my fusible links were good and my connection to the battery was good. The next one I had, this terminal, the Excite terminal, I had 12 volts there, which tells me that the truck is sending 12 volts to the alternator to excite it. This bottom one, however, is what gets grounded when the alternator sense and charging circuit detects a failure in the alternator. Well, that bottom alternator may have been failed for a very long time, and the charge and switching circuits was not grounding that terminal. If it didn't ground the terminal, the battery indicator light would never come on.
Thank you.
If the battery indicator light never came on, I had no idea that secondary alternator failed. When the primary alternator finally failed, that's when it grounded its terminal that turned on the alternator light. So, theory goes, and a lot of people suggested, that the secondary alternator had failed a long time ago. I decided not to swap out the secondary alternator since no one had one in stock, and 90% of the Ford F-250s out there were running a single alternator anyway. My buddy says I should change it out just since I have such a big electrical system on the camper, but I guess time will tell.
Nuggets.
What do you think? Should I replace the other alternator? Should I rebuild the other alternator? I kept the failed alternator for spare parts, or to rebuild. I don't know yet, but I'm kind of curious of what you think. Should I just leave it as an idler? It seems to be covered in enough grease it'll never dry. Got 13.8. Magic money. All done with that, wrapping everything up, and I noticed, oh my god, one of my spotlights broke. Cheap Chinese crap. Well, anyway, the bikes are in the way, so those aren't really necessary. I'll wire them up for now. This is what I like to see, a strong 14 volts of charge. Okie dokie, well that was another quick parking lot fix for the old Ford. But we thought we'd just change it out, and here we go, back on the road. 2 repairs in 1 week, that's not great odds.
Well, let's get all of them out of the way first.
There you go. We stopped by to pick up all our wood. Good thing we did, because Karen also found my bag with all my electrical stuff in it, sitting on the side of the road. Back in charge and heading to the bottom of the Grand Canyon for a glorious 3-day adventure.